Well, hello there. Welcome back to the workshop. In this episode, we are going to look at this 1985 Hoover PowerPlus and find out what's gone wrong with the Brushroll. So, let's crack on. If you recall in the previous video, I did mention that this was the machine that I was using in the church. And I had pretty much finished all of the vacuuming. All of the carpet had been done, apart from like the entrance hall area. So I duly moved the machine over to the entrance hall area, plugged it in, turned it on, was happily vacuuming, and then it made a horrific noise, like really bad. And I quickly turned it off and thought, oh bloody hell, that's not good, because this isn't my machine, this is actually Richard's cleaner. My one's in the Hoover room, safe and sound. This one, unfortunately, got a little bit of a problem. Now, if we have a look underneath, I think you'll probably be able to see instantly that there's something a little bit wrong, because I'm pretty sure the Brushroll should be flush in that chassis. And as you can see at this point here, it's kind of slid back. So don't actually know what's gone on there, but it is a bit stuck. Yeah, that's not right. So we need to have a look at this, find out what's wrong. Let's get you down here and we'll have a look underneath. Excuse any noises you may hear from outside. It's the Welsh folk. They're out and about in their droves playing their dreadful music. Here's our problem. You can see there, look, there's a massive gap here. This side's fine, lovely. This, I can stick my flipping finger down there. I can give it a good finger in. So let's get this base plate off. And with all the screws undone, we will whip this off and see what we are faced with. Ooh, goodness me. Okay. So you're kind of on the wrong side to see, but let me bring this round. There we go. Can you see there? The Brushroll has basically slid out of the chassis. So this bearing has got warm. It's heated up the plastic here on the chassis, and the Brushroll has basically just popped out. This is good news, actually. This is very good news. This is easily fixable. Now what we have to do is get the Brushroll out. And have a look at this. Let's have a look at this end cap. Yeah, the bearings are quite stiff. So as a matter of course, we will lubricate the bearings. Some play in there, but it's an old machine. We're not going to worry too much about that. But check this out here. Look what's happened. You can see it's all bent. That isn't exactly what we want to see in this machine. Like some of the plastic is even worn away. You can actually see that. If I try and come round, pull this out. There you are. You can see that that's warped. But yeah, quite easy to fix. So let's fix it. So all we need is the trusty heat gun with the small direction nozzle. Put it on speed 1. We don't need speed 2. That's far too much. We just need to heat up this plastic and bend it back. So let's do that. So what I tend to try and do is to, didn't set fire to anything, is to try and bend it inwards, as you can see here. So you have to be very careful because you don't want to melt this rubber furniture guard. Oh, hang on. This is very difficult to hold in place so you can see it. But you see there's a like a bend here now on this, so it's pulling in. So when the Brushroll's back in place, and it's pushing against this side, it's got more angle for the Brushroll to rest against. So when you do this, make sure you do like this little indentation on it. Otherwise, it'll just almost instantly expand again and the brush roll will pop back. Now, Hoover could have fixed this quite simply by putting a couple of metal brackets at either end, but you know, this was the time of cost cutting, making things cheaper, and they did not. And actually, in the past, when this was a much more common problem, back in the early 90s, Jeff always used to put a metal bracket here. He used to cut out a plate and then cut out the hole for the brush roll, and he would rivet the plate in place, which obviously meant that it would never ever happen again, because you know the brush roll was held in place by pieces of metal. We don't really need to go that far here. This machine is not going to be used. It's just going to go into Richard's collection, and it will sit there. It'll look nice, and it may be occasionally used, but it's not going to be used like every day, every week to clean someone's house. So we don't need to go that far. But what we will do now is just have a quick look at the brush roll and maybe pop some oil on the bearings. Well, whilst the chassis is cooling, let's see if we can undo this. Can we get this side out? No, we can't. Of course we can't. It doesn't look too bad in here, to be totally honest with you. I've seen a lot worse. Can I find my pliers? No, of course I can't find my pliers. Honestly, you have a workshop, so you can like keep everything close, but can you ever find anything? No, you can never find anything. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, see, that's why it got hot, because there's crap in there. So can we pull that out? Let's see. There's some hair wrapped around. Quite a lot of hair, actually. Ugh. Greasy hair. Lovely. Look at my fingers. Look at that. Black grease. Superb. But that bearing is actually rotating fine, so that's very good. Let's just try and pop this end back on. I don't want to go too mad on this. As I say, it's not going to be used, so you know, you don't need to go crazy. Let's pop some oil in. That will help keep it a bit cooler. I'll get the end cap back on. And then do the brush roll up. There we go. It's good to give it a couple of taps with a hammer. There we go. Once you give it a tap, it frees up. Yeah, it's not brilliant, but honestly, it'll do. It could do with some brush strips too, actually. But as I say, it's just a piece to sit in Richard's dining room. It's not going to be used all the time. Oh, that one is. Hear that? Yeah, let's run this and see what it sounds like. Now that the chassis is cooled and we've got a bit of rigidity back, we can pop the brush roll back in. Actually, this side is quite splayed as well, but not as bad as the other side. I can probably push that in. There we go. That's a bit better. There's enough to hold that side. It's fine. And there. Now, let me pull this up. Very difficult. There. Do you see how that now fits in there much better? It's much more snug. It's very unlikely that is now going to pop out again. So let's get the belt on. I think that's a Hoover Junior belt, you know. Yeah, the motor bearings aren't brilliant either. This poor old thing. Okay, let's get the base back on. Super. As you can see now, the brush roll is lined up. I can no longer get my finger down there, which is a huge bonus. And it turns okay. Yeah, good. Good. Well, before I turn this on, I just want to give the outer bag a bit of a suck out because it's really dirty. I've been trying to use a Henry bag on it, but it doesn't really stay in place. It should do, but it don't. It's quite manky. We will put that back in, but yeah, let's just give it a quick suck out. Okay, that's a little bit cleaner. And let's see if we can get this back on. I'm not going to run it for very long because this bag is really quite manky. See, that is really on there, so it should be okay. It's full of that really fine dust from the church, you know, like that commercial kind of dust, not like household dust is much thicker for some reason. I think it's probably because there's more hair in it. This is very much like just skin, so it's a bit horrible. It's very dusty as well. So let's just give it a quick squirt. Give it a quick squirt. I'll try and make it look a little bit more presentable for when it goes back to its mother. There we go. It's not too bad, this machine, actually. Some of them, they're so really unbelievably scratched up and absolutely knackered, but this one, it's not too bad. It's certainly had a life, but I mean, you know, bloody hell, how old is it now? 1985. 38 years. 38 years, for God's sake. 38 years. And it was never built to last 38 years. There's absolutely no way. But yeah, good. Okay. Let's see what it sounds like. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. You know, he's going to smack the shit out of the top of the bench, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. It's not too bad, actually. That is not too bad. You could live with that. If you wanted to make it perfect, you could obviously change the brushroll bearings and the brush strips as well, because it certainly needs those. But that's not bad. That's not bad for something that's just going to sit in a dining room and look pretty and be used once every year. I think we can say that we've done a pretty good job there. So yeah, there we go, sorted, fixed, PowerPlus done. That's one out the way. One of many machines that need to come into this workshop to be looked at. So thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to do the usual, commenting, subscribing and liking, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye.